fifth grade teachers. The purpose of our meeting was to prioritize the standards for each subject, and this can be found on the curriculum maps that are located on the L Drive. The common assessments allow us to compare our data at our school level, and then also again at our district level to see any common weaknesses and strengths. And the tests were written with higher rigor to make sure that we're preparing for the next generation assessments, and we use the DOK levels to get those higher rigor questions.
When you pull up the curriculum maps, when you see the language arts and the math, they are very similar in that you will see there are standards in black, and then there are red highlighted standards. The red highlighted are the prioritized standards, and the black ones are basically, consider them your prerequisites to the red ones. So if your students can do the red prioritized standard, they can also do the black ones as well. So when you look at the map, they're broken up into units, and then the wording is very descriptive throughout. And then you can look and see how we unwrap the standards. So those that are in red are our prioritized ones. We unwrap them by looking at the standard, the wording of it, broke it down into concepts and skills, and then developed or figured out the depth of knowledge for each skill. There are also big ideas and essential questions that you can use throughout your units. And just as I said, that language arts and the math have black and red standards, but when you look at the science and social studies curriculum maps, there will only be red standards. So all standards in science and social studies for fifth grade are prioritized.
Teachers, please make sure you preview each of your district-wide academic performance assessments, also known as benchmarks, prior to 13.5 and 27-week administration. Several of the performance assessment tasks are designed to be project-based, where the students will work on these tasks for the duration of the unit, some even from the beginning of the year. These tasks are found at the end of each assessment. Student work for these performance tasks must be submitted prior to completion of the benchmark assessment. Benchmark grades are designed to be used as a tool and not the only tool in recording student achievement on report cards. These performance tasks could potentially be used as a separate grading piece, but should not be the only evidence for student achievement.
Students will be taking these benchmarks in a classroom setting with appropriate accommodations provided if they have an IEP or a 504. The tests are going to include multiple choice, possibly true, false, and short constructed responses, aside from the performance tasks that they will be doing. Teachers will score these assessments utilizing the scoring rubrics provided on the L Drive. Upon scoring these, teachers will meet as grade level data teams to discuss the results. This will include strengths and weaknesses, any obstacles that they find the students had, misconceptions. All that's going to help drive our professional learning in the future. Once that has been done, that information will be given to the school leaders for each of the content areas for science, social studies, language arts, and math. And from there, that will go on to be handed to the district level cabinet members, the west side and the east side.
All right, as we said earlier, the purpose of the benchmarks are for teachers' feedback and conversations about how to better meet the needs of all the students, not just for sole grades to put into the grade book. But as a teacher, I would want to know, what do I do when I come into the meeting? The grade level meetings that you're going to have, or the data meetings, will be about 60 minutes, and you will bring the student papers, scoring guides and measurement scales, papers arranged from most proficient to least proficient, ideas about students who are proficient, maybe some notes as to why you think they might be higher, lower, and ideas about students who are not proficient, and same thing, notes about why. And then bring those into your data team, and the data team will have a form, a spreadsheet that you'll fill out, and then you will send that data, that spreadsheet, to the grade level representatives, and then the grade level reps will send it to the school-wide representative, and then the school-wide representative will then send it to the district performance leader, so that we can look overall at the student performance in Jackson County at each specific school.